you introduce yourself, starting with funny meme.
Hi.
Good intro.
Moving on.
Wonderful.
Halfway sanity.
All right, hey guys, it's Halfway Sanity. I run a small YouTube channel, PC gamer and a console gamer. Yeah.
Awesomeness.
What?
Awesomeness.
Introduction.
Introduction.
All right. Hi.
Good start.
I have crippling depression.
Same.
Okay, so you guys suck at introduction. So let's move on. So,
Okay, I guess I don't get to
Mike is, like,
introduce myself.
dead right now.
all right, introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
My name's Rick Harrison, and this is my pawn shop. I work here with my old man and my son, Big Hoss. It's one thing I've learned. Oh, no, I butchered it. Okay, just skip. Butchered it already.
You don't even know the lines. Okay.
I do. I forgot them like halfway through. After that, it's everything in here has a story and a price. And then if there's one thing I've learned after 23 years is that you never know what's going to come through that door. There you go.
Beautiful.
So actually, I have a few topics that I want to talk about in this
Okay.
podcast. So the first one I thought was pretty interesting. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but Activision confirmed that the next Call of Duty will not be futuristic. What do you guys think?
Ooh,
about
that is that is good.
About time.
I personally don't like how fast-paced. I just don't like how it's so easy to just. I don't really know how to explain it.
Yeah, I actually read about this on Reddit, and I'm actually really happy for it because I really used to like the old Call of Duty games, especially with Black Ops 2. That was like my favorite. And it was really disappointing when they started adding all these stupid supply drops and all this BS.
That's still going to be in the game.
Yeah,
though.
that's still gonna be in the game, but
yeah.
there's no boost jumping or any of that other crap. It's just gonna be boots
Oh,
on the ground,
thank God.
like it was in Modern Warfare 2 and those kind of games.
Yeah, I'm really happy for it.
No thrust jumping or exosuits or any of that bullshit. There's still gonna be supply drops, but it's a step in the right direction, I believe.
Yeah.
More like a step back to the right direction.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if the game's gonna be good. Probably not, but
Yeah,
at least
maybe.
at least there's a better chance of it being good if you're veering away from the futuristic nonsense. Because I mean, people are getting tired. Like back, I don't know if you remember last generation, people were tired of World War II shooters, and that's pretty much what's going on now with futuristic shooters. People are getting tired of it.
Yeah, I get that. I remember the old games where I thought it was at the peak of their old games. Yeah, not a lot of people weren't happy with the announcement of Infinite Warfare, especially with the YouTube reveal and all the dislikes that the trailer got.
My personal favorite was Black Ops 2. I mean, it was sort of futuristic, but there wasn't really any futuristic stuff in it.
Yeah,
Thank
it was
you.
set in the future, but it was still boots on the ground, and that's what basically made Call of
Yeah.
Duty. But
Yeah,
I guess what they're... Wait, continue?
No, you continue.
I guess what they're going for is that with the more futuristic Call of Duties, it was more... I don't know. It was easier to fit in the whole supply drop idea, because a modern shooter, it wouldn't make too much sense to put supply drops in, and that's when they started continuing, because that's what was selling.
Yeah, the thing about Infinite Warfare that really pissed me off is just it's not that it was futuristic, although that kind of did suck, and it pretty much, I don't know if you guys have played it before, but it was pretty much like a copy paste of Black Ops 3. It played the exact same way, except it was very boring. Like, it wasn't fun at all. But they had, you guys know they paired it up with Call of Duty 4 to try to sell copies. And,
Yeah.
I know.
But I mean, that...
They even managed to ruin Call of Duty 4. They put supply drops in COD 4, and they did all this other horrible shit that just ruined the game for me.
They did supply drop weapons too, like really recently.
Yeah.
I remember it actually was the reason I bought the Call of Duty this year was because it had the new Modern Warfare
Remastered.
attached to it. Yeah.
I
Wait,
was going to buy it, but I decided not to.
Yeah. What I would almost rather have, we'll have to definitely see how the game is and how it plays, but I'd be actually pretty happy if they just released a new future Call of Duty and then actually just put a remastered version of a game, like if next year or the next Infinity Ward Call of Duty came with MW2 remastered and then some futuristic stuff, I'd actually be pretty happy with that.
But then they'll ruin MW2 like they did with COD 4.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I don't really want any of these games remastered. I just want them to make them, you know, how Xbox One has the backwards compatibility thing. Just make those games backwards compatible, and then we're good.
Also,
Well,
speaking of that, the fact that they haven't made Black Ops 2 backwards compatible, why?
That's
well, it's
Activision.
a
Activision.
That's
it's a
I know.
sign.
That.
I know, but it still does really suck.
It
That's
does.
the last good game.
I think part of the reason why they didn't put all the games on Xbox One is because you know how Activision has a deal with Sony right now, and they're putting
Yeah.
all the DLCs and everything first on PlayStation 4, and pretty much everything Call of Duty related is being pushed for the PS4. So if they make all the games backwards compatible, it would kind of look bad, I guess. I think that's what it is. I'm not sure though.
What I was thinking, at least, was that they were not doing a remastered because they weren't doing a backwards compatible game because they think they might remaster it in the future. Which I mean,
But Black
It's
Ops 2, I don't think they're going to remaster that because they put Black Ops 1 on the Xbox One. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I don't know about that. I think it's just, you know, it's politics, I guess, and it's business.
Well, I'm just thinking that was the same case with Skyrim. The reason why they didn't backwards compatible Skyrim was because they were coming out with the remastered version.
Yeah, but I don't see why they would remaster Black Ops 2 and not remaster Black Ops 1. You know, they put Black Ops 1 on the Xbox One. That's the only reason why I don't really think that's the case. I don't know.
Well, to a lot of people, Black Ops 1 wasn't as enjoyable as Black Ops 2 was.
Or maybe what it could also be is that so many people play Black Ops 2 that if they make it backwards compatible, even more people are going to play it, and it's going to have less players in the new games and more
Yeah,
players
one
in
of
the
the-
old ones.
One of the problems with backwards compatibility is that doesn't that also allow play with the people on last gen?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, the problem with that is that there's so many modded consoles on last gen. It's really like I know I have friends who still love to play Black Ops 2 for their PS3, but now there's just so many hackers in it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's kind of sad sometimes seeing a game that you enjoyed so much time on and then it's just not any fun anymore.
Cough, what a war cough.
Oh, World at War is gone. You could not find a non-modded lobby in that.
Oh my God, I got it.
I play it on PC and I can't find one, but
They're surprisingly common for me when I play it on my Xbox.
Because I got World at War for the first time like a year after it came out, like, you know, with Modern Warfare 2. And when I was playing it, even back then when it wasn't even that old, it was still hacked to death. It was horrible. You know, with the invisibility hacks and, like, if you shoot people, they're invincible and you can't kill them. Oh, man. So many hacks in that game.
So
I'm sorry if I sound like I'm pandering to the PC, but just one thing that's kind of fun about playing World at War on there is that there's actually 64-player servers, and 64-player Call of Duty is really, really interesting.
Don't
Because
they
there's
also
way
have,
more.
modded zombie maps on the PC, too?
yeah.
I don't really play on those that much, but I think those are more prevalent on COD 4.
I actually have it on PC, but for some reason, when I got it, it couldn't. It didn't launch for some reason. Like, it had problems.
What were your specs?
It was able to run it. I was able to run games that were more demanding than World at War.
Maybe just
Come on, I played on Intel HD graphics. I can run it.
Like, the last game I was able to run was like perfectly was Saints Row 4 at ultra settings.
Ooh.
Well, your drivers may have just been out of date.
Yeah.
Because that can happen too. And if you had Intel HD graphics, I wouldn't be surprised because Call of Duty games kind of, on PC at least, are designed for the latest hardware. Like Black Ops 3, you would have to have pretty much the top of the line stuff to be able to play it at a competent 60 FPS.
Which is funny because these Call of Duty games, especially the recent ones, don't seem that demanding to me.
Yeah, they outsource the PC the PC development to another company most of the time. That's what they did with Arkham Knight. That's I mean, they do it a little better than Arkham Knight, but
oh yeah, definitely. You can get a solid 60 FPS on that game, but again, you cannot have the bad hardware. It's just it's a pretty bad port.
Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna ask another question. So what's your favorite Call of Duty games to anyone who's played it?
I think we kind of answered that. Black Ops 2 is mine.
Black Ops 2 is really fun. Well, the thing is I play different games are kind of different for me because I play a lot of zombies and a lot of multiplayer depending on what game it is.
Right. My favorite would be Black Ops 1.
Really?
Yeah. The zombies in Black Ops 1 were the best zombies out of all the Call of Duties. I liked the multiplayer. It was really good. There are definitely problems. I'm not going to deny that.
Same with Black Ops 2. I mean, the snipers.
No, but I
all
definitely
the
love
crap
Black
in that
Ops
game.
2. Black Ops 2 would probably be my second favorite Call of Duty game. Number 3 would be MW2. Just because MW2 was great. It's just like it was not balanced.
Broken.
Not balanced.
Best campaign was in Black Ops 1.
But the thing
Oh,
is,
that was
like,
amazing.
I feel like Modern Warfare 2 being broken kind of made it more fun.
I guess it did.
That's just
And,
me.
you know, this is coming from someone. Modern Warfare 2 was my first game, so it's not like I'm biased or anything. It's just I have to admit when I think a game is better. And I think Black Ops 1 rather was a great game. It was my favorite.
One of the most underrated Call of Duty games, in my opinion. I don't understand why so many people hate it. Is COD Ghosts.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
actually
thought
agree.
that.
I agree
I
with
liked
that.
it at launch, but no.
Because like people always say, "Oh, it's the worst Call of Duty." Really? Advanced Warfare added exosuits and supply drops. I think that's much worse.
I actually had a lot of fun with Ghosts. I just didn't like the what was it, Extinction? I didn't really like that.
Yeah, that was a little
That
boring.
was pretty bad.
I thought
That Extinction was really
mediocre, but I did actually like Advanced Warfare. I thought that was alright.
The zombies in it wasn't actually that bad.
I didn't like Infinite Warfare Zombies. It was very boring compared to like Black Ops, at least.
Speaking of the zombies, Black Ops 3 kind of mainstreamed modded zombies because before on World at War, what you had to do was that you would have to go to some sketchy website, download the file.
Not really sketchy. I have a website where I've gotten every single one of mine.
Maybe I'm just paranoid.
I have over 300 hours in the game, and I have over 200 maps installed.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Also,
Jesus.
speaking of Black Ops 3 zombies, that kind of ruined zombies for me.
The last map was the biggest letdown I've ever seen.
Yeah. And what sucks is that they kind of locked a bunch of the weapons into that map for the modded zombies because, like, the Thunder Gun was there. A bunch of the DLC weapons were there. So if you want to play modded zombies, you couldn't get the Thunder Gun.
One thing I'm kind of salty about is that this is kind of personal. Is that the fourth DLC for Black Ops 3, I got to round 80, and then of course my PS4 crashes.
Rip.
Yeah.
Rip the dream.
Oh, man.
Oh
What do you
my
guys think?
gosh.
So since they had said that it's not going to be futuristic, where do you think this new Call of Duty game will take place?
I'm.
It could be a
hoping-
modern game.
I would say I would say like around modern, but a little bit past. You know, kind of
I'm
futuristic,
hoping-
like Black Ops 2.
You guys are talking about time period. I'm thinking of like
Yeah.
location.
I'm honestly hoping for another World War II game.
If I had to make a guess, I'd say it would be like Vietnam or something like that.
Yeah, World War II is probably the most
Yeah,
likely.
that's actually a good idea.
Because I don't know if
Well,
you guys have played Bad Company 2 Vietnam, but that was amazing.
I actually didn't play any of the early Battlefields. I played Battlefield 4 and then 1.
Battlefield 2 is free.
Battlefield 2 is free?
Yeah, because,
what?
EA discontinued it so that this one website it's called the Battlefield 2 Revival Project. So you can actually play Battlefield 2 for free because they don't even sell it anymore.
Nice.
That is,
Well,
I will admit that is one cool thing about PC is that like they keep certain games alive that wouldn't be alive.
Yeah, because of the
Like-
fact that there's dedicated servers on a lot of games.
I
Well,
know,
would,
that's pretty cool actually. Not gonna lie.
you guys wouldn't consider that pirating, would you?
No.
Not
if
really,
they're not-
because
if
you
they're not
can't
selling it.
buy it.
You
You can't buy it, so it's not really you can't pirate something you can't buy.
I
Yeah, it's
think
kinda-
That's true.
if the game is so old that the developers aren't making money off of it anymore, does it really matter if it is pirating?
It really doesn't.
That's kind of how I see emulation. The developers are not making money off of it anymore. They're not supporting it. So who cares if we keep these games alive? You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like if you're emulating the NES, I mean, like no one cares.
I mean, like if you bought some cartridges at like a garage sale, I mean, they're not even getting the money from that.
Pretty much.
think that things that like have you guys heard about that Wii U emulator?
I've heard
A
of that.
little bit. I looked into it like a long time ago. Well, it was still in alpha.
I actually have a
there's-
Wii U.
Yeah, they have a Wii U emulator right now, and it plays a lot of games. There are some issues, but it does legit play like Wii U games on PC. I'm not 100% sure about that. I think
Yeah.
that's a little bit sketchy.
People in the live
Just-
stream chat think it's going to be Vietnam.
Speaking of Nintendo, it's just one thing I do heavily agree with you on your content really is what something you've talked about is like how like you were talking about Nintendo's copyright stuff and how they were taking down a ton of stuff, and then 1316 Killer was like, oh, you're stupid, wow, and that's
Yeah, no case when he was talking about
Yeah.
that. But me and him are actually cool now, so I don't really have any beef with him. I'm not going to keep, shit talking him because we're cool now. But
Yeah.
since you guys were talking about Nintendo, I actually planned on talking about it. I wanted to just have your guys' thoughts on Nintendo Switch. If you guys think it will succeed, if you think it will fail, what are you guys' thoughts?
underpowered,
I think it's gonna
overpriced.
succeed. Yeah, underpowered, overpriced, but
Okay,
it's still
yeah,
gonna succeed
that's-
because it's
yeah.
Nintendo. People buy it.
Fanboys will
It's like-
buy it.
it's-
Definitely.
People buy anything if it has a
It's
ni-
like
if it has
it's
Nintendo
like
on it.
did y'all hear about the
If it
Scorpio?
has Legend of Zelda, they're gonna buy it.
Did you hear about what?
The Scorpio.
Scorpio?
People said it was gonna be the Xbox Scorpio.
Okay, what about?
People said it was going to be this huge 4K beast, but recently, I think it was Polygon or something, they came out with an article that said it's really not all that much stronger than the PS4 Pro. But you
Yeah.
still know that's going to sell amazingly.
By
because
the way,
it's
I'm
a-
not gonna buy it.
Oh, God, no.
I mean, I think
Well,
the
I mean-
whole underpowered thing is a big deal because it's going to have third-party developers not want to develop for it if it's so underpowered compared to the PS4. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
think that's
That
going to be
that
an
would
issue.
suck though if it came out over a year after the PS4 Pro and it's underpowered.
Because third-party
Yeah.
support was one of the main reasons why the Wii U failed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
It
Mhm.
wasn't just the fact that they had lack of first-party games, because even if you could have all the first-party games in the world, but if you don't have third-party support, that's going to turn a lot of people away from your console.
Mhm.
Actually, the most played game I had on the Wii U was actually two games, which was one was this Nintendo Party game, and the other one was the other one was actually Call of Duty Black Ops 2 because when that was out, I didn't have enough money for the Xbox One, so I got a Wii on like a really cheap deal. So I just played a ton of Black Ops 2 on there, and actually there was quite a bit of players for the lack of Wii U sales on there.
Right. Like I said, I think it's like a really big deal that like the whole underpower thing. It might not be a big deal to a lot of people, but from a business standpoint, it's not good. Especially
I
since
just think-
all these third-party companies like EA, Activision, because they said that they're going to support the Switch, but they never announced Battlefield or Call of Duty coming to the Switch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's not good.
I think it would be a beast for like old console games, like NES games, Super Nintendo games.
I think
You're
it's
talking about
gonna-
like virtual console, yeah.
However, those games on PC you could get them for free.
Well, yeah, but Nintendo's Nintendo. They'll try to make money off of as much nostalgia they can pull.
I mean, do you guys realize how much money Nintendo made on the Wii Virtual Console? They made a shit ton of money on that. So they'll
Mhm.
continue to make
Wasn't
a shit
that
ton
that
more.
big headset thing that looked like a VR?
What was that?
Wasn't that the thing that you're talking about? Wasn't that a big headset thing that looked like VR?
No, Virtual Console was the store on the Wii where you could buy NES games and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So if they bring that back on the Switch, because they don't really have that much on the Wii U, if they have it on the Switch and also include like GameCube games and like Wii games, then they'll probably do really well.
Yeah. It's just 2 hours of battery you can't get much out of, no
Yeah,
matter
that's another
pretty
thing.
much
That's
what
another,
game you're
that's
playing.
another reason why I think that the Switch might not do that well, because that's a huge selling point, the whole, portable home console hybrid. But if you could barely get any hours out of the portable gaming, then what's the fuck is the
Then-
point of getting it?
Yeah, like
I think it's kind of stupid how one of the games they were advertising is Skyrim, like not the remaster one, the original one is one of their
I thought
selling
it was a
points.
remaster. They're not even selling the remaster.
I'm pretty sure it's just the normal one.
Well, I mean, the remaster didn't have that great of graphics anyway.
Yeah.
But it's most likely going to
Yeah.
be like 30 FPS. which is a
It's
shame.
Nintendo. What do you expect?
Yeah, I heard that the new Zelda game, isn't going to even perform that well,
Yeah, it was a shame.
What a surprise!
and that's pretty much identical to
Mhm.
the Wii U version.
Yeah.
Except Switch.
I don't think this will kill Nintendo, because the Wii didn't kill Nintendo, and it's the Wii U, or the Wii U didn't kill Nintendo, and it's the Wii U.
I hope it succeeds. Probably not.
Yeah, I hope it succeeds, but I just don't see it happening.
Yeah.
I don't want Nintendo to
I've-
fail, but you also have to point out when they're doing shit wrong.
Mhm.
I don't want any
Me
company
personally,
to fail.
I think the Switch is probably going to be their worst console. It's like sales wise.
I mean, they're the same guys who made the Wii U. Can you really say that?
They might beat the Wii U. I think they're going to beat
The
Wii U
Virtual
if it
Boy.
fails.
Oh, yeah, that was the thing I was talking about.
Oh, I forgot about that. Actually, never mind.
Oh, the Virtual Boy. Yeah. Now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was probably Nintendo's biggest blunder, not the Wii U.
YouTube, your mic is messing up a lot for me.
A little bit.
For me too.
I wasn't sure if it was just me.
Is it good now?
Kind of staticky, but it's not that bad. We can
Yeah,
understand what
it's
you're
still
saying.
staticky and yeah, I thought it was just.
Okay.
That's
it's-
perfect.
It's fine now,
Yeah, no, it's
but like it keeps happening occasionally.
Fun fact: I just got an item in the Binding of Isaac called a fetus in a jar.
Oh, you're playing that too?
Yeah.
I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna
record.
record this. Let's have some gameplay in the background. Like, oh, Barry did Binding of Isaac on his stream.
I've been playing Team Fortress 2.
Let's just copy everything Barry does.
Exactly.
Playing a game on my phone.
Nerd.
Yeah. Actually, NoobTube, have you had a chance to try out VR? Like the
No.
PC version of VR?
Never.
Oh my goodness, it is so amazing. You really need to try it.
I've never even used a gaming PC.
I've never played VR in general.
I think the
It's
whole
like-
VR thing is probably a gimmick, and it's not going to last that long.
It is
It's-
so
it's-
not a gimmick. It is so cool. Like, you're instantly immersed in this like entirely different universe. It doesn't matter what game you're playing. My friend got one for Christmas, and I got a chance to try it out at his house.
Was it the HTC Vive or the
Yeah.
Oculus? Ooh.
Oculus, I can see where you would think it's maybe a gimmick, but oh my goodness. I played Jump Simulator, this one called like hand grenades, which is like a really realistic it's a really realistic shooting game.
Yeah, I've seen some gameplay of that.
Yeah, it's really cool. You should give it a try if you ever get a chance.
Yeah, so there's actually something else I wanted to talk about. I don't know if you guys heard, but GTA 4 is backwards compatible now on Xbox One.
I've read about that on the Master Race. I've read it. Yeah, I've heard it's backwards compatible. I didn't actually enjoy GTA 4 too much, and I don't play my Xbox a whole too lot before anymore, so it's not a big deal to me. But I think it's great for console gamers who want to replay that game and not hold on to their old consoles.
Yeah, no, it is pretty cool. GTA 4 I had a lot of fun with. I actually don't own it currently, but maybe I'll pick it up again one day to play it on my Xbox One. It's really good.
I got it for my PC and I just cannot get it to run. I mean, well, the thing is that
Yeah.
honestly, I had pirated it just to see if it'd run on my terrible laptop, and it did. It worked fine. So I bought it like a week after that, and then it won't run. It won't open. And
Well,
I
did you buy it
cannot-
on Steam?
Damn
Yes,
I
I
remember reading about that somewhere, where it was like GTA 4, you needed some like mod or some patch in order to get it run on newer operating systems. You're on Windows 10, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember reading that somewhere, where it was like.
I mean,
not
like
working.
the pirated version had worked like perfectly fine, but
I mean, now that you've bought it, the money is technically gone to the dev. So I mean, pirating it, you still own the game.
yeah. But when I bought it, I deleted that version, and now I can't.
Well, you can always just repirate it. Because
It's
you've
not
already,
pirating anymore.
yeah, you've already bought it. You've already given your money to the dev.
It's just re-downloading it.
Yeah.
Technically. That's kind of off topic though.
How do you guys feel about Destiny 2?
I hope it comes to PC. I really enjoyed the first
So do
Destiny.
I'm getting mad about
I don't
I'm-
like I don't like Destiny.
I'm getting mad about how people are constantly complaining that they can't bring their characters over, which I get it, but we don't care.
I
And
mean,
it'd be overpowered right from the start.
yeah.
And plus, literally no gameplay has been shown. The only thing we know is it's coming out in 2017, and it's supposed to be an entirely different game, and people are already set on pre-ordering it.
I won't pre-order it. I definitely won't pre-order it. But if it comes to PC, I'll probably pick it up.
Sam,
But it's Activision, and Activision has a
We
tendency
can't trust
to
Activision.
screw things up.
I never had fun with Destiny. I never enjoyed it. I thought it was really boring. I had no enjoyment out of it.
Yeah,
Well,
it's not for everyone.
Yeah,
The thing is,
I like the first game because I'm different, but
I have to. In Destiny, I bought it quite late with all the DLC, because that was the only way it won. That's the only way you can buy it now is with all the DLC.
I'm serious.
And then also the DLC makes you completely overpowered. My friend on last gen, he only gets the first DLC, and then I'm on next gen,
Dark Below?
I mean the first big DLC, like the Taken
Taken
King. Yeah. So and then I have it on next gen, so I could get all the DLCs, and I had a higher light level than him within 3 days, and he had been playing the game for 2 years.
Yeah.
Dude, no.
That was a game that you kind of had to buy the DLC in order to have like a fun with it.
Destiny was
I
just
remember,
super repetitive for me. It was grinding. It wasn't really that fun. And it wasn't like
It's like GTA now.
I remember in the video that I Hate Everything made on Rise of Iron, he said if you do the math, if Destiny was an MMO, you would need to pay $6.66 every month.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's not worth it.
I regret it, but I still had fun with the game.
I didn't buy Rise of Iron because that's when I got big into PC gaming. But I bought Taken King. I had fun with the Taken King, but I don't think it was worth $40 because it was like a
not worth
$200 game.
$40. Yeah.
If you bought it day one, right?
I don't know.
Something like that.
I didn't even buy it day one, so.
I didn't buy it day one, but I mean, if you got it when like the first 2 DLCs were out.
Yeah. So let's talk about something else. I don't know if you guys heard, but the new South Park game was delayed.
It was.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out in like April or March or whatever, and now it's, they didn't even say when it's coming out. They just said it's delayed.
I mean,
It's ending up like the last game where it just constantly gets delayed.
I personally just think delays are always good because it lets them finish it more.
well, I mean, if you look at
but
No
when
Man's
it gets
Sky,
delayed a lot, like how much time do you need to make it?
I mean, I understand
Come
that delaying games, it's necessary to make the game better, but most of the cases in games that got delayed constantly, they didn't really turn out that good.
well, GTA 5 got delayed. It wasn't by much, but it got delayed.
I think it got delayed by like 6 months.
GTA 5 was actually one of my favorite. It's like one of my favorite games.
And the thing is, the developers and the community, they can't like expect people to not get upset when they promise this game is going to come out on this day and then it doesn't. You know what I mean? You can't blame people for being upset about that.
So man, if it was up to me, I wouldn't reveal when my game is coming out until it's about 3/4 of the way done.
Well, I mean, don't
That's
they
just-
usually pretty much get it at least in the alpha or the beta before they release a release date?
Like with what Bethesda did, Fallout 4 was almost complete when they announced it.
Yeah.
So I guess if people do that more, then I guess it would be a bit more acceptable. But I don't know. It's just the constant delays is very annoying, and I understand why it happens, but I also understand why people are upset about it. It's just one of those things that it sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Sometimes, a lot of the times, actually, if it's an exclusive, especially an exclusive being rushed by either Sony or Microsoft or whatever, a lot of times comes out bad, especially with No Man's Sky. That was delayed like 4 times, was it? And that came out.
Trash.
It was delayed a lot, and it was a horrible game. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was just Sony really wanted the game out like quickly because they wanted it to be like a battleship title for their consoles. But they just kept delaying it because it was unfinished. Not what we were promised. So I think Sony just told them to hurry up, and it came out as unfinished, and as it is.
Yeah, I mean it happens, but whatever. I honestly wasn't really looking forward to the South Park game. I never actually played the first one. I don't know if it was good or not, but
It
whatever.
was. It's like an old RPG game.
I know what it is. I just haven't played it before, so I wasn't really
Yeah.
excited for the new one.
Yeah, I never really got any interest.
The only part I like about the new one is the name, for obvious reasons.
Oh yeah, the
What is it
fractured butthole.
The fractured butthole.
The fractured butthole.
Yeah, that was pretty funny actually, and that's actually the reason why the newest seasons of South Park haven't gotten that many episodes because they were focusing on doing voiceovers and content for the video games. So
Yeah, the people who make South Park are funny people.
yeah, they are.
They'll make the game right.
I didn't really like the latest season of it though. I didn't really enjoy it. Season 20 of South Park. I didn't think it was that funny compared to other seasons.
I watched like the first few seasons, but I never like got caught up. I don't really watch TV all that often.
TV's for nerds.
I'm more of I either just watch YouTube or watch Twitch. Not a fan of.
I don't know if you guys know this. I'm sure you guys do, but PlayStation offers like a cable service.
A cable service.
Like they offer like
Well,
a
not
TV
it's not.
service.
Well, it's streamed over Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's like an internet TV service. It's pretty cool. You can actually pick the channels you want instead of like getting packages and shit. And it's actually like a full-fledged TV service. It's like Direct TV and all that other shit.
Reason I wouldn't get it is I personally wouldn't get it is because my internet is already really bad, so it would just slow it down even more.
Well, I don't like watch TV at all anymore. Like, I actually got rid of my cable because I just never watched it, and nobody in my family did. And I mean, we just got Netflix, and it's fine.
Also, speaking of Netflix, Dear White People.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my gosh.
boy.
Now that's a great way to start a sentence.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started with that. I heard it got flooded with dislikes.
That was number 3 in trending, and it pissed me off.
Yeah, the dislikes on that trailer was worse than the dislikes on my YouTube channel.
Again, you'd have a lot of hate subs.
Yeah, well, Netflix got a lot of hate.
I've heard
Yeah, you're not
That's the
doing
thing.
much better than Netflix.
Oh, actually,
white people think is satire.
well, it probably is.
It probably is.
Oh, I don't know if you guys care. Maybe I'm just the one weeb, but Netflix is actually making Death Note, which I'm excited about.
I don't know anything.
I could
about
care less.
Anime, yeah. Okay, so here's another thing I want to talk about. I got about 2 more topics left, unless there's something else you guys want to talk about in between. But one thing I want to talk about is something interesting. It's kind of related to the latest video I made. I don't know if you guys saw it about the Xbox games coming to PC, right? So
Also, hold on. Yeah, about that. How is Microsoft betraying their fans?
I mean, I kind of
I'm
went over
confused.
that. I kind of went over that in the video, but I pretty much said like.
Yeah, well, I forget. So
Yeah, can you recap what you
Okay,
said?
so my problem with this whole Microsoft putting their Xbox games on PC is that they advertise the Xbox games as exclusives, and it's only on Xbox. So
They advertise them as Microsoft exclusives.
no. Halo 5 was advertised as an Xbox exclusive, right?
It
And
is.
Now it's coming to PC. Yeah, it's coming to PC.
Wait, it
it
is.
is on PC.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It is on PC.
Was
So
was
there's-
that a problem?
there are certain games. I don't know if you heard about the whole thing about Crap Gamer canceling his pre-order for that game that was.
Yeah,
Quantum
Quantum Break.
Quantum
that's a bunch
Break.
of crap.
Yeah,
Was
Quantum Break was also advertised as an Xbox exclusive. So there are plenty of games that are like being advertised as exclusive to Xbox. So these people, there are plenty of people that actually get Xboxes, including PC gamers, right? That get Xboxes thinking that you can only play the game on that, and then what happens? You waste $300 on Xbox thinking you could play that the game was only exclusive to that, while it's on the PC. That's just blatant false advertising, you know?
That's just because Microsoft is greedy and they're going to try to milk you for as much money as they want. But I think it's a great thing that as many gamers are getting to play exclusives. If I was in charge, there would be no exclusives. I think everybody should be able to play any game they want.
I mean, a world without exclusives, that also gives less competition, because if there's no exclusives on Xbox or PlayStation or anything, then there's really no point to get one system over the other, if you think about it.
Actually, there kind of would be a reason. One of them being which of your friends play on that system. Like my friends playing on the Xbox influenced me to get one.
Yeah, but do you guys really think that the PlayStation would be that popular if there was no such thing as Crash Bandicoot, Sly Cooper, or any of the other first-party PlayStation games?
No, of course not. That's why they do it.
So that's my point.
Real quick question: Is his mic crackly for you guys?
Yeah, just push through.
Definitely.
I was just curious if it was my internet.
No, but that's my point. That's the point I'm trying to make, is that it's not cool to advertise it as an exclusive and then put it on other platforms.
Can you give me the article where it says I'm trying to find? I don't see that Halo 5. I see Halo 5 Forge, but that's like where you just build maps.
No,
Halo 5 Forge is on PC.
They're bringing Halo 5 to PC.
They are?
Yeah.
I don't see that. I'm
That's
trying
great.
to find it.
Yeah, there's definitely a reason they're doing it. It's so that they could sell the consoles. I think that exclusives are a bad thing, but it's not going to change. It's because a lot of people buy the consoles just for exclusives, and if you could just get an all-in-one system where you get all your games on, everybody would just buy that.
Right.
All of the articles.
What I wanted to get
All
into,
articles.
Say again?
What I wanted to get into, though, wasn't the whole Xbox exclusives. It was a story about Phil Spencer saying that there are going to be more first-party games on the Xbox in 2017 than there were in 2016, because people, how people were saying that there weren't a lot of Xbox exclusives in 2016. So apparently they're going to be more in 2017. But what I'm trying to think, though, is are those games going to come to PC? I guess so, and that's going to suck.
How would that suck?
Because it's not fair to the people.
Wait,
not fair to the people that got an Xbox.
Wait.
Well, how is it not fair? You guys are both playing the game still, and PC gamers now get to enjoy the games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing that more people get to enjoy the game.
Yeah.
And Microsoft's still making money because it's only available on their Microsoft platform.
Yeah, Windows 10.
Yeah, I think it makes sense for Microsoft to do it because they're not making money off Xbox Ones really anymore.
Yeah, everybody's buying PS4s.
Because I don't think people would be mad if they ported some PC games over to console, like The Witcher. We weren't salty when The Witcher got moved over to console.
Yeah.
No, good for the console gamers.
Yeah, it's good for everybody.
And you know what CD Projekt Red said about the whole Witcher games Witcher being on consoles? That Witcher would not be they couldn't keep making Witcher games if they didn't put it on console because of the amount of money they made.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, that's what CD Projekt Red said.
I mean, The Witcher 3 sold better on PC.
I personally bought Witcher on console because my PC sucks, and it's I can't finish.
What are you talking about? Intel HD graphics best.
Well, yeah, you have Intel HD graphics.
Yeah.
Intel HD graphics best graphics.
You should get a 1050 Ti. Those don't require any extra.
I'm gonna get a job over the summer and try to get a 1070.
1070. Oh, those are what are those at right now? Like $400.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my PC build in the chat real quick. Okay, we can go back to the topic.
Yeah, so I don't know if I assume that the games that are going to be quote unquote Xbox exclusives are probably coming to PC also. And come next generation, if Xbox keeps doing that and PlayStation keeps their games on PlayStation, I'm sure more people are going to buy PCs or PlayStations than Xboxes if they don't even have any exclusives anymore.
Well, the Xbox might not sell as well, but the cams will definitely sell more.
Probably, but if you think about
know-
the yearly subscription that Microsoft gets, the money from that, and all the other money Microsoft gets from the Xbox console, it'll even out. It won't make
Well,
any
there are
more money
definitely-
than they are now.
There are still people that will go Xbox or nothing.
Oh, like
So
Crap
there are
Gamer.
definitely
Yeah.
those people.
I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. I'm sure it's gonna bite them in the ass, but I think we're kind of.
I think
behind-
it's really good. I mean, you know how Sony, they don't really make money off of PS4s, and they never have, because they don't
'Cause
make
they're
money
bad.
off of the PS4. They make money off the software, selling games on the digital store and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
digital
sure
stores.
Sony loses money with each PS4 they sell.
I know that.
I read an article about that. Or
Yeah.
something. I mean, I would think it'd be the same with Xbox One.
So if you bring that into
So,
consideration, though, that PlayStation, I brought that up in my debate with Barry. The whole thing that Sony was making was selling their PlayStation 4s at a loss. And if you put that into consideration, why are people being so upset about the PS4 specs when if they made the specs any better, then they would have had to either sell it at bigger loss or
Okay.
charge more for it. You know
Wait,
what I mean?
before you continue, I hate to be that guy, but yeah, I just cannot understand you with the crackling. Can you try
Yeah.
disconnecting and reconnecting?
Can you hear
or-
me now? Can you hear me now?
No,
it's still
Can you
crackling.
hear me now?
Hold on a second.
Did you see the build I put in the chat?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is it just me, or did you guys actually think Bush did 9/11 from that new Barry video?
Oh, I didn't watch it yet. I saw that in my recommended.
Okay,
He's
so
actually.
the point
now
I was
you
trying
sound
to
good.
make, I sound good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fine now.
All right, so the point I was trying to make is that it's kind of silly that PC gamers are always criticizing Sony and I guess Microsoft too for their consoles being underpowered when Sony at least was selling their consoles at a loss. So what do you expect Sony to do? Either charge more for their PlayStation 4, which would have had, the PlayStation wouldn't be successful because, we know about all the old gen gamers that still don't have PlayStation 4s. So there would have been even more of those people if they charged more money. And
If they can't afford a new console that costs what are they charging, like $250 for a new console?
because the console
That's
was released
kind
for
of
$400,
ridiculous.
it was
Well,
released for $400.
yeah,
any more expensive than that actually
I-
would be kind of pricey.
But people who are
yeah,
still
they-
like this year on last gen,
Oh no,
That
no,
is
no! For that
ridiculous.
is ridiculous.
See, when the PS3
For-
launched, it was at like $600.
yeah.
Apparently, that's how
I-
much the Scorpio is going to cost.
I just want to say this now. Sony would make more money if their exclusives weren't all systems.
Okay,
Oh, actually, I want to get your opinion on this.
sure.
Just throughout the article that maybe or maybe does exist, but do you think the Xbox Scorpio will play 4K 60 FPS?
I don't know. I don't care. I don't care about the Scorpio. I don't care about the PlayStation Pro. I think it's a shitty idea to have these in between consoles where they're more powerful but they're the same generation. It's just stupid.
Well, saying the PS4 Pro is saying the PS4 Pro is more powerful than the PS4, it's like saying, God, I can't think of a comparison. Anyway, it's a very minor difference between the PS4 and PS4 Pro.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's very anti-consumer to just charge people an entire new console. Luckily, they're not excluding any games
Who knows?
yet
Who
to
knows?
each system. Yeah, who knows?
It's better than starting a new generation to me.
Yeah.
It's like-
I mean,
Yeah.
believe it or not, it's been 4 years already. You know?
yeah, it's been like 3.5.
3.5, yeah.
Wait, guys, I'm sorry.
We're
I
being
gotta
super
go.
specific.
So-
Like
Alright.
3.5.
You have to go?
Yeah, I gotta go.
All right,
Um,
dude.
Yeah, 3.5.
I will
That's
probably
not
go
enough
later.
for like a new generation, I would say.
Make the podcast channel private again if you haven't.
I'm pretty sure it's
Xbox 360 and PS3,
it's private.
they made them they were like 6 or 7. The generation lasted like 6 or 7 years, right?
Yeah, it was way too long.
Wasn't
it
the
was one of
Xbox
the longest
like 8
generations
years?
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were super long. It's like when people say that you can make a PC build that lasts like 8 years, that I'm not 100% sure about, but you can definitely make one that lasts 4 years.
4 years, definitely. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you're definitely not going to be playing the newest games at max settings, 60 FPS, but I mean, you could probably play them at the console standard.
I mean, if you make a build right now, and it plays at 4K 60 FPS, and like 4 years down the line it's 1080p 60 FPS, then it's.
Well, yeah, 4K 60 FPS like this day and age is pretty pricey, at least. Well, it depends what game you're playing.
Yeah, it's true.
In a Ubisoft game.
Oh, speaking of Ubisoft, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Ubisoft just released their sales numbers from the third quarter of 2016, and according to their numbers, apparently 46% of their game sales were on PlayStation 4, 26% Xbox One, 13% PC, and 10% old gen. So what do you guys think about that?
Well, I mean, some games will sell more.
It would sell way more if they actually made them a little more optimized for the PC. That's one of the main reasons a lot of people don't buy a lot of Ubisoft games for PC, other than Rainbow Six Siege. That is huge on the PC.
But even EA games
I'm gonna go ahead and say the forbidden words, the forbidden 3 words no one can say. Assassin's Creed Unity.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say the other 3 words that you cannot say.
Voldemort?
No. I can't say. I'm just gonna type it in chat.
What, PC gaming sucks?
No.
Is objectively superior.
Yep. No. Well, yeah, that was what I was going for. But yeah, definitely people will, or certain games will sell better on certain consoles. CS:GO is almost non-existent on the consoles. I think it's backwards compatible for the Xbox One, but like the amount of people playing it, I doubt as much. On PC though, it is. Oh my! There's so many people playing CS:GO.
Like one thing, one thing is that PC gamers are a little more critical on games. If you go to the For Honor beta on Steam, it is people give their legitimate thoughts on it. The main things I hear about the new For Honor beta is that it's sort of not optimized a little bit, but that's mainly because it's a beta. The main thing is that they're peer-to-peer servers.
Yeah.
Peer-to-peer servers.
Isn't that game online only too?
I think so.
It's online only, yeah. I remember hearing about that. It's ridiculous. Yeah. But
so it's not really online only. It has bad servers.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and then when you're playing with other players, it's peer-to-peer. So if the host leaves, gotta go. Yeah, somebody just left. It just has to go through a whole loading screen.
Somebody, I think, Awesome left.
Yeah, I just saw him leave, and I'm curious what's going on. I'm curious if his internet just went out.
I don't know, anyway, but I think the podcast is going to end soon anyway, unless you guys have other stuff to talk about, which is fine.
I have a couple of things in mind. I got to think about them for a second. Gosh, what was it? Have you had a chance to play Battlefield 1 on the Xbox One or PS4?
Yeah, I have it on the PS4.
What do you think of it?
It's pretty good, actually. It's one of my favorite Battlefields, actually. Bad Company 2, though, is always going to be my favorite Battlefield game, though.
I didn't have a chance to play Bad Company 2, but I played Battlefield 1 on the PC, at least, and I was watching some frame rate comparisons. I'll find it and link it in the Discord. But continue. I'm going to find this.
The thing I was thinking, for me personally, is that I hate the tight FPS of the game. I think it defaults at like 55 or something. That's tighter than Call of Duty's default. So I always want to turn it up, but then if you turn it up, it can't even hold 60, which annoys me.
Oh, Awesomeness didn't leave. He got disconnected.
All right.
Because he thinks he's still in the podcast, but he got booted.
Yeah. So what I'm looking at least is that the PS4 Pro,
I'm pulling it up.
it dips in frame rate like very dramatically. Sometimes dropping even to 30 FPS. Well, maybe that was just PS4 gameplay. I don't know.
I want to see frame rate comparisons with like low FOV and then high FOV, because that's the main complaint of mine, is that I like high FOV and then I can't even play it at 60 with a high FOV.
Okay, yeah, the video I was looking at was not the PS4 Pro, but the PS4. But yeah, basically it was dropping all the way to 30 FPS, and I was just thinking, for a shooter that's really low. Oh wait.
Awesomeness is back.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you
For me, I
DC.
just couldn't hear anything.
Yeah,
So I
you disconnected from the voice channel.
I know this is just my inner PC elitist, but I just don't know how you could possibly play this game with a controller. It's so.
Yeah, I know.
Play Battlefield on the
annoying.
controller.
Yeah, it's annoying.
I enjoy it a lot.
I know, because I play it a lot with a controller, and it's.
Well, I mean,
it's hard for me to, like, I'm running through, especially using a shotgun, because shotguns you need to like snap to targets to hit them with the center of the reticle and just blast them away. But it's hard to just do quick flicks with that thing unless you have the sensitivity insanely high.
yeah, and on consoles you have to have the aim assist, which it doesn't like go where I want it to go a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with Call of Duty. With Call of Duty, this is probably just me, but I usually snipe on those games. Like, I don't usually use the regular guns. So it was really hard when there was two enemies right next to each other, and it would keep snapping in between them when I wanted to shoot one.
I'm a console Battlefield player, and I just have no problem with it at all. Maybe that's just my console peasantry speaking, but I don't see any issue with it at all. It's obviously a lot of people have no problem using the controller because more people play it on consoles.
Because they're used to it. If they used a keyboard and mouse, they'd understand.
Well, you're used to keyboard and mouse, right?
Well, for me, it was like a week transition. Like, it went from a week where I couldn't use a keyboard and mouse at all. I could only use controller. And then from then on, I can't use controller. I can only use keyboard and mouse. It's weird. I have this clip. I'm wondering. No, I don't think I still have it on my computer. But I made this video where I was talking about the controller and the keyboard and mouse. And this was my personal experience where, you know, the shooting range thing in GTA 5?
Right.
Yeah.
Or I did a test with myself, and I did one of them with a controller, and I did one with keyboard and mouse, and my score was substantially higher on the keyboard and mouse than the controller. Just a cool little benchmark.
Here, I'm gonna put a if I can find it. I gotta find that article. Just wait.
Anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk about was I'll be honest, I don't agree with you on a lot of things. One thing I could not wrap my head around was your video, like after the New Year's resolutions video.
Right.
You said like you were talking about social games and free to play games, and I just don't know how you cannot consider games like Team Fortress 2, League of Legends, like social games.
Okay, so I don't know if so in that video, that was the PC Market video, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you actually look at the statistics of, because it was like 2015, PC gaming generated like $32 billion, and console gaming generated like $25 billion, right? So
Yeah.
people were talking about how PC gaming is bigger than console gaming. So I actually looked at the statistics, and it was actually divided into different sources
Tiers.
for PC gaming's revenue, right? So about
Like hardware, games, software, stuff like that.
about $8 billion of the revenue was like software from, like, you know, games from Steam and whatnot. free-to-play games was a good chunk of it. It actually made up most of the revenue, and another $8 billion was the not free-to-play games, because that was a different one, but social games like Candy Crush and all those other ones, right? But anyway, this has been a good discussion. Thank you guys all for coming in. It was a good podcast. I hope to do more in the future, but I think with that said, we had a pretty good podcast. It's been going on for about an hour now. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.